Mr. Abhay Thube. Sir holds a bachelor degree in pharmacy, MBA in marketing management from Pune University. With over 24 years of rich experience in pharmaceutical sales and marketing, Sir has been instrumental in launching landmark clinical trials, introducing new molecules, and pioneering innovative concepts in India. Sir has worked with prestigious multinational organizations such as Sardia Pharmaceutical, BMS, and has held a key roles like product manager, training manager at Curax Remedies. Sir's experience also extend to business development role at USV Limited, Dr. Reddy's Laboratory, Iris Life Sciences, and MQR Pharmaceuticals. Beyond his corporate success, Sir is a passionate trainer and coach dedicated to pharmaceutical field. He has also the founder and director of Clinitech Support and at-scale support, reflecting his entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to advancing the industry. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Abhay Thube sir. Also, student, please note that the feedback link will be shared at the end of session, and those who will fill the feedback form only they will get the certificate. So over to you, Abhay sir.
So good morning all. It's been all pleasure to see you all, and I welcome once again to all pharmacists who are joined. I always love to talk all pharmacists. Myself, very proud that no, we are from the very novel profession of pharmacy. So welcome once again. So today something no, we will try to explore things you might have heard and not knowing in details, or you might not have even heard. Those are things because the pharmacy professional tree is growing day by day. So let's see how it is. I mean, so no, we are very fortunate. I always, whenever I yeah, just hold on. I will share my screen first. This one, this one. Sure. So guys, as I was talking to you, I've always been proud that we are pharmacists. I know what we are lucky. I always tell my students whenever I go to pharmacy colleges and talk to the students that no, we are very lucky that we're pharmacists and we are taking admission and choosing this field as a profession. The reason behind this is, I'll tell you. So it's not moving. I just hold on some of the technical hinges there. Okay. here, huh? Yes. Yeah, so we're very lucky because, I'll tell you, the pharmaceutical industry in India has already reached a turnover of 65 billion US dollar in 2024. And in next 5 years, by 2030, it is expected to reach up to 130 billion. Now, it's huge. I know 1 billion is equal to 100 crores. So you can imagine the turnover, more than 5 lakhs, 5.5 lakh crores of turnover of pharmaceutical industry has shown in India. And you know why this is happening? The Indian pharmaceutical industry is booming due to massive investments in modern and efficient hospitals and clinic. And such hospitals actually needed efficient and skilled staffs to deliver inpatient and outpatient care. So if you see in next 5 years, it is expected to take care all responsibilities by all pharmacists in terms of patient educations, medication management, and even monitoring therapeutic outcomes. I said huge scope in India is only because there are lot many new drugs are coming in India. Lot many multinationals companies are coming to India. Hence, there is humongous scope in fields like clinical research, regulatory writing, medical writing, and hence in sales and marketing. Because all drugs coming to India, huge population, all drugs you need to sell. Further, we will see why India has been more prominent in pharmaceutical field is concerned. Simply because all companies, those who enter into the India, they get faster recruitment as far as recruitments are concerned. So filling vacancies is not at all a challenge in India since we have got huge populations available. Very, very important factor that the cost of recruitment is very less in India, which is around 30 to 50% less as compared to US and Europe. Because if you see in Europe or US, per hour cost is $100. That comes to when it comes to India, the manpower per cost is just $30. So 1/3 less cost the all multinational company gets when they launch in India. Then, as you know, we are very famous for our patient pools. Wide patient pools are available in India. You name the disease, we have the patients available. I mean, if you see a diabetes with dyslipidemia, diabetes with hypertension, diabetes with cholesterol, you name the disease, the patient pools are widely available. And importantly, another good thing with Indians are the English speaking capacities. Where English of Indian people are very good. If you go see, majority of the drugs researches happen in US or in European countries, and few drug molecule available in Japan. If you see the eastern part of the world, like Bangkok, Singapore, Malaysia, the English is very, very poor. If you go to African countries, again, English is a problem. China has enemy of many countries. So US and European countries, if you see, the English is good, but the cost of everything is very high. So the preferred country for any clinical data or research or trials is India. So the India has been preferred country. And on top of that, the regulatory facilities are very easy in India. So if you wanted to set up a business, any multinational company want to join India, then the India is a preferred country because regulatory authorities are very smooth here. So, India is a preferred country. So again, I'm emphasizing on a point that all pharmacy profession and professionals are very lucky that we are taken admission to the B Pharmacy and going to become a pharmacist in India. So what this career in pharmacy profession will offer you? Abundant job opportunities in India as well as in abroad. It's profitable career with attractive salaries in pharmacy profession. There is job security and guaranteed growth you have. And very, very importantly, which attracts us, the opening for freshers. Work from home flexibility and opportunities throughout the world. You know how many, I'm sure, a lot of people, a lot of pharmacists, all of you wanted a job immediately after completing your B Pharm, M Pharm or Pharm D, or even after PhD, isn't it? So everybody wants job, but everybody wants the dream job. But no, we should know the definition of dream job. Had it been a live session, I would have asked you what is the definition of dream job and what is a dream job means. But let's go through a dream job definition, which is having good salary, good work culture, career growth opportunities, office job, use work-life balance, hybrid or work from home facilities, company vehicle with driver and a petrol to it, security to assist you, opportunity to go abroad, good HR facilities, close to your home or town. You should get recognition wherever you work, which gives you award and rewards, regular promotions, decision-making authorities, and respectable work environment. No, this is all can come under a definition of a dream job or a good job. But do you think everybody will get this dream job? You can get it, but no, what is the requirement for this is what recruiters or companies was seen into how you stand out of the crowd. You need to stand out of the crowd, and then only it's possible to get a dream job or a good job in pharmaceutical companies. There are 3 good facts I'm going to tell you. No, these are very important. This is applicable for everyone. No, 3 most important things to become successful in your career. First, a domain expertise. Say, for example, you are enter into a pharmacy, so you should have a thorough knowledge of your subject, be it pharmaceutical chemistry, be it pharmacology, be it pharmacognosy, or even clinical research. There is no substitute for knowledge. So once you gather the knowledge, another important step now to express that knowledge in the interview. How you express that knowledge in the interview and how you acquire those interview skills. Your entry to any organization happens because of these excellent interview skills. And once you enter into a good organization or any pharmaceutical company, your career can flourish only and only if you have soft skills. How good you are in public speaking, how good leadership qualities you have, how good you are good in managing conflict management, how good you are in decision making. On all these soft skills are not in bonds. You need to learn all these soft skills. So your entire career depends upon these 3 pillars: domain knowledge, interview skills and techniques, and how you develop your soft skills as soon as possible. So let's see example. See, as I just said in the beginning of my presentation, that many things we must have heard. See, one example I like to quote. Suppose you are driving a car on a foggy road and you are driving a car on a very bright sunshine. Which way you can go faster? Obviously, where there is no fog and where there is a sunlight, you can go faster. Similarly, if you have a complete idea about what that profession is, what that pharmaceutical branch covers, if you have that clarity, no, you can go and ride your career very fast there. Let's take one example of the pharmaceutical field, which is recently coming up and booming very fast. Say example of medical writing. Suppose in a class of 100 students of pharmacy class, if I ask a question, how many students know about medical writing? I'm sure very few hands will raise up. If I ask another question, can I choose this as my career option? Again, our percentage is very low. How many of them get selected if they choose even medical writing career? Because today you have heard me, medical writing is booming. If you select that as a career option, how many will be selected there in medical writing company? Or even though if you get selected, how many will be successful after joining medical writing course? No, this is why, this is happening because we have limited knowledge of that subject and we are not professionally trained to clear those interviews. So I'm telling you guys, there is huge scope after completing your pharmacy, be it B Pharm, M Pharm or Pharm D or PhD. So let's today find out what are the new opportunities available in pharmacy field. This is the pharmacy tree, very famous pharmacy tree. We all grown by looking at it. So I always say in my presentation, there are 2 balloons, one blue balloon and a black balloon. So in blue balloon, what you will see, I'm sure, I'm assuming that you already know that you can do these things after doing your B pharmacy. And a black balloon, I'm sure these things you must have heard, but not knowing the details of that. So that today we will focus on black balloons. So let's see what is there in blue balloons. Production and manufacturing, everybody knows that pharmacists can go to production and manufacturing. They can go to research and development, quality control and quality assurance. They can work as a pharmacist. They can produce their own retail chain pharmacies. pharmaceutical distribution, pharmaceutical sales, pharmaceutical marketing, entrepreneurships, government jobs, and you can make a good career in academics. This is what we know. This is everybody knows. But let's see what's there in the black balloon, which we like to explore in further in your career. Clinical research, medical writing, pharmacovigilance, regulatory affairs, regulatory writing, medical coding, something now coming up very strongly, medical transcription, medical scribe, pharmaceutical IT industry, pharmaceutical consultant, banking and insurance, and freelancing. So in one by one, we will see these branches, what it means, what is the scope, what is the market for that, and how much salary that profession can offer, and what are the positions available. Okay, so let's start with clinical research. Till so far, is it clear? And are you all with me? I hope you are attentive. So let's see what is clinical research is. Clinical research is nothing but a branch of healthcare science that determines safety and effectiveness of medicines, devices, and pathological products and treatment regimens that has been intended for human use. We actually see how clinical research operates. Whenever a clinical research has to do, say any multinational company has having their own research molecules, so they need to have a clinical trial for that. So the concepts of clinical trial establishes, right? Once that concept of clinical trial has been established, how that trial is going to be carried out and what will be the desired outcome of that trial, then the preclinical trial preparation starts going on. So another team is working on that preclinical trial preparations. What happens there? Which countries we are going to conduct that trial? Which cities that trial will be conducting? Which hospitals will be involved? Which doctors will be going to involve? What kind of patients is going to involve? So all this preparation has been done in preclinical preparations. There is another team working on active trial management and terminations. Sometimes trial goes very well, so till the completion, the team takes care of. Sometimes the results are so worse that we need to stop that trial, or results are so good that there is no need to go for further trials. So that work has been taken care by this team. Then there is another team working in clinical trials, the project management and concepts, skills. So the recruitment part is taken care of. And all this is required money. So another finance team is working on the money part of the clinical trial. And then the regulatory compliance. Suppose you're doing a clinical trial in India, then all the regulatory compliance of CDSCO. CDSCO is a regulatory authority of India. So that all regulatory compliance has to meet. So all this is department is involved in the clinical trial. So my concern is, even you don't understand what is clinical research and how these branches operate today, it's okay. You try to understand if a clinical trial has to perform. See, so many departments are involved in this. So many departments in this, so many people are involved in this. And so many people means so many jobs available. So we are mainly concerned, we are joined pharmacy to earn money and make a good career. So clinical research is one branch where you make a good career. So mainly you see the market of clinical research, this market, see this up 2020 to 2030, see, you see upward graph of this market. It's growing by 6.1% CAGR. So, so next 5 years, if you see the graph is growing. So again, a good future. This graph is showing a good future for clinical research. Then what is for you? Salary, as a fresher, you will join. The average salary for clinical research is from 3 to 5 lakh rupees to begin with. And that can salary go up to 20, 25, 30 lakhs, depends on how much experience you gain and which company you work for. There are various positions available in clinical research. These n number of positions, right from medical writer, clinical business analyst, study managers, biostatisticians, drug safety specialist, medical officer, etc. So let's see another branch of medical writing, which in the beginning I mentioned. Medical writing is again a booming field in pharmacy. So what is this medical writing is? So medical writing is a profession is dedicated to communicating a scientific and medical information. And they communicate medical information to healthcare professionals and regulatory authorities of that particular country. say you're taking an approval for clinical trial in US, then they have to do a regulatory writing or medical writing as per the regulatory guidelines of US. If they are doing it in India, then they have to do regulatory writing for the rules and regulation of CDSCO. So what they cover actually, what the medical writers do? So they do medical journalism. So all the magazine and articles, medical news, website content, medical writer does it. Educational content, all continuous education material, patient education literature, all books written by medical writers. All promotional activities like product voucher, advertisement, web copy, sales training done by medical writers. Scientific publications, all articles, manuscripts, research paper, presentations done by medical writers. Regulatory documents which are required to take approvals from the regulatory authorities, like new drug applications, clinical study protocols, clinical data management, post-approval of documents, and grantsmanship, all grant proposals written by medical writer. So this is something is now gaining acceptance. So again, various positions available: delivery managers, program manager, project manager, team leads, subject matter experts, consultant, n number of positions are available. So we are unaware of this position. So definitely we can choose medical writing as a novel professions. I'm sure I don't know whether this is included in syllabus or not, probably not. But no, you can get extra knowledge about these subjects, getting some value-added courses, and you can opt for this medical writing positions. If you see the market, again, 9.5% CAGR. You understand CAGR is compounded annual growth rate. So that is fixed for this, say from 2022 to 2030, this market is going to expand by 9.5%, which is significantly high. Because the pharmaceutical market even in India is 5,50,000 crores. So if you see worldwide this market 9.5, again, it's a huge number. Don't go on 9.5, 9.5 is a huge number as far as the market growth is concerned. So again, where the market is growing, where we should choose our career, where the market is growing. So in a growing market, the chances of expansion is very high. New players coming into markets are very high. So the opportunity for us is very high. What is salary for medical writing? Guys, let me tell you, it starts from around minimum 5 lakh rupees salary, 5.5 to 6 lakh rupees, up to 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs per month. If you know the pharmaceutical industry is concerned, the highest salary is being paid in medical writing industry. So choose this career as a wisely. If you really want an aspiring for higher salary, this is the profession you can go for. Then the regulatory affairs. We all know regulatory affairs. It's also known as government affairs. All the approvals which is needed to launch a clinical trial or to perform a clinical trial in that particular country, this regulatory affairs people work. So for in India, it is CDSCO. In US, it is US FDA. In European countries, if you want to do clinical trials, then it's European medical agencies. So all these approvals and regulatory requirements are done by the regulatory affairs team. Again, US regulatory affairs market, if you see 9% growth. Again, this is a very, very attractive field where you can choose as a career option. Average salary again from 5.56 lakhs rupees to 30, 35 lakhs, 40 lakh rupees. Again, based on company and experience you show in this profession. Regulatory writing. So there is a difference between regulatory affairs and regulatory writing. What's a regulatory writing does? Regulatory writing is to produce regulatory documents that are submitted in some form as per the health authorities. Say you're launching a trial in India. So what is the requirement of CDSCO? That writing part in medical terminology. So along with medical writing, they take medical writing team into a picture and regulatory writing has been done. So this document should be adhere to the relevant regulatory guidelines. So as per this varies country-wise. India separate, Japan separates, US separate, European countries separate, likewise. So who will take this target audience for this regulatory writing? Reviewers at healthcare agencies, investigators, and members of ethical committees. So this is again a very promising field, regulatory writing. Various positions available for regulatory writing: regulatory writer, reviewer, team lead, project manager, project programmers, delivery managers. As hierarchy goes up, your salary goes up. Again, average salary is 4 to 5 lakh rupees, and salary goes on increasing as per the company and your experience and expertise. Growth 8.5% CAGR, again a growing market. So guys, these things are coming up. Now, as I earlier said, I take it back a few slides back. These lot of multinationals companies are coming, new drugs are coming. So all these new drugs molecules, these multinationals require to have this clinical research, medical writing, regulatory writing, and next booming field is pharmacovigilance. You all know pharmacovigilance, I'm sure. I think in 4th year of B Pharmacy, now their elective subject has been included as a pharmacovigilance. I request all of you to take that and study that subject because it deals with detection, assessment, understanding, and prevention of adverse event. Again, scope is very huge for this. You understand what is pharmacovigilance is in short. No, it works in 3 phases. Phase 1, suppose a clinical trial started with new drug, and a drug has been tried in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4, all phases. And any adverse event reported, that adverse event has been reported to the local regional database. Say any drugs has been, say there is a clinical trial center in Pune Ruby Hospital, right? Any adverse event reported, then that has to be reported to the local regional database. So in Pune, there are Ruby Hall, Jahangir Hospital, Aditya Birla Hospital, where you can report your local adverse event reporting. Such a local regional database has been set up in every city. So all those complaints regarding that drug molecule has been gathered and put into a national database, which is situated in Delhi for India. And such this like national database is available in every country. So all this national database, all adverse event reported has been then again gathered in the global database center, which is placed in Sweden, Uppsala. So then what happened in phase B is like pharmacovigilance processes happen. In phase C, what happened? All regulatory bodies are present in global database center. They analyze what are the adverse effects, why it is happening. So guidelines can be changed. And all those guidelines has been again then communicated to all countries to their national database center and even the local regional database centers. This is how pharmacovigilance happened. Now, why scope is more in pharmacovigilance? This is not only happen while doing clinical trials or new drugs or the drugs to be launched. All the drugs molecule which are available currently, say paracetamol, since born we are taking paracetamol. So years together, even I was kid, I was taking paracetamol. So last 50 years, the paracetamol is available. So even for existing drug molecule, the pharmacovigilance exists. Look at the scope. Lakhs of molecules are available. And to all these lakhs of molecules, thousands of companies, they have to do pharmacovigilance. Any adverse, they have to, event happen, they have to report it. So again, see what is the scope. So many companies, so many molecules, so many centers. All these centers, you have job opportunities. All companies are taking tenders. So IT sector has make a setup for pharmacovigilance. So again, a tremendous scope in getting job, and importantly, freshers can be accommodated in pharmacovigilance. So again, various positions available in pharmacovigilance, right from PV associates, PV supports, PV managers, PV specialist, and PV director. Again, this is a growing market and it always grow. This market will always grow because patients are increasing, drugs molecules are increasing, newer and newer drugs are coming into the markets, so all need to be reported. Salary around 2 lakhs to 7.5 lakh, an average salary around 4 to 5 lakh rupees per annum. Till so far, so good, all clear. These clinical research branches. Then we can move to medical coding. You can stop me if I'm going too fast or too slow. Should we go to medical coding? I think lot of people are showing interest in going to medical coding, but no, without understanding what is medical coding is. Simple word, I'll tell you what is medical coding is. You remember, sometimes, anytime, somebody must have been admitted to the hospital. At the time of discharge, we send our file for insurance claim. That time, it takes some time, and by evening, they send the file back to the hospital. Say your medical bill is 3 lakh rupees for hospital admission for 4 days, 5 days, for say angioplasty you have done. The sanction amount come is 2,40,000. 60,000 has been deducted. So who does this calculation? All this medical code. So how this system works, there are separate codes for disease, there are separate code for pathological apparatus, drugs, medical devices used, treatment given. So there is specific codes have been allocated. Medical writers, pick up that codes and enter into the system and find out that, oh, this much is available, this much is approved. So that much has been sanctioned, amount has been sanctioned, and the remaining amount they deduct. So all this coding happens at insurance companies. So major workplace for this medical coding is insurance companies. So where the scope is there. So then now, do you really require a pharmacist to work in medical coding? Anybody can do their job. No, it's a mechanical job. The codes are fixed for any fixed drugs, apparatus, devices, procedures, pathology, etc. But pharmacies are preferred here because we as a pharmacist know the medical terminology better than others. That is why pharmacist has more scope in medical coding. But a drawback of this medical coding, since look at these positions available, but a lot of positions available in medical coding. But the drawback, since AI is coming, AI is going to replace medical coding very fast. So before choosing medical coding, think which organization you are joining, how much is school. In coming 5 years, I think, according to me, the scope for medical coding will go down because of AI is coming into picture. Again, this market is growing because because of lot of drugs available, lot of devices available, lot of hospitals available, patients are getting admitted. All insurance companies, banking are covering the all people into insured people, and so is scope is going to be there, and it's going to increase only. Salary, say around 3 to 4 lakh rupees to start with, and around 8 to 10 lakh rupees, gain a significant experience, you can get the 10 to 12 lakh rupees salary in medical coding as well. People are doing a lot of courses in medical coding. There are certified medical course code. You do a simple course around 20-30,000 rupees. A certified medical course cost you around 60-65,000 rupees. So you can choose that if you are interested here. So where does this medical coder works? Majorly they works in hospitals, physician office, insurance agency is the main hub, government agencies, education institutes, and healthcare consulting services. Majorly the workplace for this medical coder. Medical transcription, another field. This is what it is. Medical transcription is, medical transcription is a manual processing of voice reports dictated by physicians to the other healthcare professional in the text format. So what happened, I'll tell you. Suppose there is a clinic going on in US, in America. So what is happening? That the system has been set there. What doctor is talking to the patient, what patient is talking to a doctor, majorly what diagnosis part is taken care of, that has been recorded. And that then recorded audio files, voice files are sent online to the medical transcription team. Anywhere. The file can go to Singapore, file can come to India, file can go to anywhere. So that recorded file, the medical transcription team has to then convert it into a text format. So that will be saved for permanently for longer period of time. So converting a voice file of a clinician into a text format is medical transcription. So how they actually work, they have to listen the recorded database from physician or any other healthcare professionals, So they use headset and put pedals. They can edit it, the corrected medical information by speech recognizing software. They're given on a computer a speech recognizing software. No, American accent is different. US accent is different. No, Chinese speaks differently. Japanese speak differently. So all this accent you need to capture. So for this profession, you need to have very good listener, and a good English is expected here. So you have to translate that audio recordings into written reports. So they use specialized equipments and softwares to ensure accurate and timely transcriptions. Plus, this medical transcription team also review and edit transcription for accuracy and their completeness. So what the benefit of this medical transcription is, the accurate patient data has been stored permanently. So when the patient comes next time, that data is easily available on a doctor's desk to see it. That's the advantage of that. So even though patient forget, if sometimes a patient relative is not with him, that time doctor has complete details of that patient. So what are the positions? This registered healthcare documentation specialist and certified healthcare documentation specialist. These are the positions available in medical transcriptions. Again, this market is growing around 5.8%. So those who have good English, interested in this job, they can choose this as a career. Around salary again, 3 to 4 lakh rupees for the freshers to start with. And there is no limit for the salary. Around 30-40 lakh rupees you can earn if you are really good and handling a team once you become a manager over there. Then another different field is medical scribe. Medical transcription was booming few years back, like anything. But now this medical scribe comes into picture. What it happens, it captures live conversation with the patients. So whatever say doctor is sitting in England, he is talking to patients. At the same time, you have to listen to that, what doctor is talking to the patient, and you have to make a note of it. And for that, this electronic healthcare record system has been used. So live recording. So again, for this, good English you need to have. Requirement, good English, good understanding of medical terminology. So this is very specialist job, I can say, for pharmacist, because anybody non-pharmacist cannot do this. So no BSc chemistry will come into picture, no biochemistry guys will come into picture. This is absolutely pharmacy profession job. So because you need to understand what doctor is talking there with the patient. Sometimes you have to intervene in between, sir, do you mean this? Do you want to say like this? Should I put it in this way? So you need to have that confidence and guts to communicate with foreign doctors. So really good job and good salary for this job. So what they actually does in medical scribe, the primary responsibility of medical scribe includes real-time documentation of clinical encounters happening between doctor and patient. They gather and organize patient information for physicians to review before appointments. What is the benefit out of this? So whenever a doctor is going to see a patient, prior patient entering into his cabin or chamber, he will have entire data in front of him. So instead of focusing on administrative work, he can focus on listening to the patient, and the treatment part he can take care of. So who probably can apply for this kind of job is pharmacists, yes, of course, nursing, biology students, or any other life sciences students who know about medical terminologies. So this is how it is. Electronic health recorder system is there. No, they listen to the calls. They got their devices in mobile as well as wearable device, portable small devices they have, or the system has been installed on the computer. Then they listen to that call and immediately record it in the electronic healthcare system. So immediately that is been updated to the doctors and healthcare agencies. Again, market for this medical scribe is growing by 9.6%. Again, forecast market by 2032 is $190 billion. Again, a huge market. Market is growing. You can definitely opt for this field as your profession. Salary, again, I just told you, start with around 2.2 to 6 lakh rupees. Again, but there is no bar for this salary. This is absolute specialist job. IT industry, this industry is also catching an attraction for youth because a lot of people want attracted towards IT profession. Software industry now involved in medicine distribution, drug production, supply chain management, quality control of medicines. No, this industry, of late data, the little old data we have, that 1.42 trillion US dollar industry was there in 2021, and it's expected to grow around 190 billion USD. Again, the positions: engineers, system engineer, IT executives, senior analyst. Looks like engineering positions, but this IT company preferred pharmacist. Which are companies available for this is Tata Consultancy Services, Cognizant, IQVIA, Tata Elxsi, Springer Nature. All these IT companies, Wipro, Accenture, are involved in this kind of work. So those who are passionate about joining IT industry, positions are limited, but you can have the scope for as a pharmacy in this IT industry. Salary is very good. Around 15, 16, 20 lakh rupees salary per annum you can get. To start with around a lakh, so around 10 to 12 lakh rupees salary you can get. So you can definitely opt for this IT industry if you want AC job and good salary. Then another novel thing is pharmaceutical consultant. Now what it does, it actually requires some experience. Okay, some experience is required, so you can guide a lot of consulting firms and gather experience, and you can guide a lot of organizations to develop their business or to start their business. So first, for this to do this, gain some experience. So again, salary around 25, 30 lakh rupees you can get here in consultant. Banking, again, banking and insurance. The pharmacies has been preferred in banking, where because insurance is there. A lot of the banking sector has been into insurance. So again, a medical terminology, because of medical terminology, pharmacists understand better. So there is again a scope in banking and insurance. So I'll just move quickly ahead. So these are the banks, who recruit pharmacists: HDFC, ICICI, all these banks, you're very well-known banks. You all know this. You can definitely apply in insurance sector. Again, good salary, around 35, 40,000 rupees per month. You can get in banking and insurance. Now, very important part, sales and marketing. Since I already highlighted, a lot of new MNCs are coming, a lot of new drugs are coming. All is fine. Clinical research is increasing, pharmacovigilance is increasing, medical writing is increasing. But ultimately, these drugs or these services, insurance services, has to sell. So the biggest scope of pharmacist is in sales and marketing. So what is sales? What is marketing? Synonymous, very integrated branches. Sales refer to all the activities that lead to selling of the goods and services. Goods, here goods means all drugs, molecules, devices, pathological instruments, and services in terms of insurance facilities. Marketing means, marketing is the process of gathering people, making strategies, designing strategies, and train people to implement those strategies into market, so that all these drugs and concepts will be sold. So sales and marketing executives research and develop the market and sales strategies for the companies. So majorly the sales team, say, suppose there is a medical writer. I highlighted medical writing is a booming. If there are 5 positions of medical writing, there will be 20 positions of sales and marketing. So look at the job opportunities here in sales and marketing. They drive sales by designing and implementing targeted marketing strategies. Again, a marketing team is different, sales team is different. So what are they responsible for? Customer relationship, tracking of sales data, create performance reports. They are responsible to achieve company's target year after year, to launch new products, new concepts, landmark trials in the markets. So without that, a doctor cannot prescribe. Say, let's take an example of novel oral anticoagulants. They have been launched recently. Before novel oral anticoagulant has been launched in India, there was only one option for anticoagulation, is warfarin, which was just costing 2 rupees a tablet. When these new products comes like apexaban or dabigatran kind of things, rivaroxaban, So that was new product, that was new concepts, novel oral anticoagulant. Their working pathways were different. There were a lot of trials. So altogether, it was a different ball game to launching a new concept, new products, and new trials in the markets. So it required skilled pharmacists. Again, a BSc guy, BA guy, BCom guy cannot go and launch this. So the huge scope in pharmacy. So responsibility is to carry out patient-centric activities like a lot of patient-centric camps, surveys, to conduct educational programs for healthcare professionals, patients, and hospitals. Again, growth for sales and marketing is humongous. 9% growth in the next 5 years. Till so far, if you see right from 2020 to 2030, again, a huge growth for this sales and marketing professions. But again, let me see the positions. Let's see the positions in sales. Right from sales executives, business executives, promoted to area sales manager, regional sales manager, zonal sales manager, business development manager, sales head, BU head, vice president, president. Huge hierarchy. Huge hierarchy in the sense, huge job opportunities. Guys, let me tell you, let's take one example of, say, MQR Pharmaceutical. MQR Pharmaceutical or any other pharmaceutical like Sun Pharma or Lupin or Alkem or Alembic or Mankind, they have multiple divisions. They have multiple business units. Diabetes business unit, cardiac business unit, oncology business unit, dermatology business unit, gynec business unit. And every unit, they have this much of positions. So huge. I mean, nobody should remain with jobless if you are opting up sales and marketing as a profession. You go to a marketing field, product executives, product manager, group product manager, marketing head. So one company like MQR or Lupin having 17, 20 divisions, at least 200 products. So 200 product executive will be required. So every product or two products have one product executives. Look at the scope. Product managers, group product managers, every division has marketing head. So again, huge opportunities. But average salary from the marketing is around 6 lakh rupees. Then there is no limit for the salary. 1 crore, yes, being a business unit head, you can get 1 crore rupees, 1.5 crore rupees, then salary is no limit. But again, in marketing and sales, choose company wisely. There are various ways. Companies are divided, like multinational company, pay scale is very high. Then standard Indian companies like Cipla, MQ or Lupin, this another set of companies. Then another set of companies like local companies like PCD companies, the pay scale is low. So choose your companies multinational and Indian standard companies. But if you really wanted to exceed and excel your career in sales and marketing, what I'll suggest to all of you, don't stop at B Pharm level. You opt and courses like MBA or PGDM on reputed institutes. Reputed institutes means what they offer. Reputed institutes, they not only cover your syllabus, they not only cover your MBA syllabus designed by university, they work on your skill sets. You must remember in my beginning of my presentation, I told you, knowledge is one part you required. The another part you require to interview skills and technique, where in MBA colleges, they get it done. And then require a soft skill development of your leadership, of your conflict management, of your adaptive skills, of your collaborative skills, of critical thinking. All these skill sets the MBA colleges works to develop your overall personality, and then you can excel your career. Know that you can get a job after B Pharm. Yes, definitely. But if you do additional MBA along with B Pharmacy, you will become a manager very quickly and grow faster. You have all the chances of getting into a multinational organizations or better Indian organizations if you are excellent MBA student. Because all what is required in industry, I was being part of industry for last 24 years. I always used to take or prefer a candidate who is showing leadership qualities, who has shown good collaborative skills or adjustments. So all those candidate with a preferred or more skill than others has been always preferred in the market. So opt for that. MBA course has been already been suggested to you if you are making a career in sales and marketing. So for that matter, I'll tell you, it's not only sales and marketing MBAs are required. You go to any profession and you need to grow. If the growth is only happen, let me repeat it again, on soft skill development. So you go to clinical research, you go to medical writing, you go to medical scribe, or you go to medical transcription or pharmacovigilance. At some point of time, you need to handle a team. You need to become a team lead. You need to become a team leader or project head. So that time the skills required. So acquire skills, preferably through MBA course, because a lot of good colleges like Lotus Business School has been dedicatedly working to develop people's skills and their overall personality. The another I think things you can opt is entrepreneurship. We will always talk about job, no better job and a better salary and a good salary. If I ask you what you want, no good job, where you want to work in certain good company. No, but why don't you think for this entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is what? I mean, nothing but no, you creates your business from your personal expertise that will help no needy people, that will addresses the need of the masses, and you create business out of it. That's entrepreneurship. Not necessary that you always do a conventional business. No, pharmacist, okay, I can set up a medical shop. I don't call pharmacist, if you're putting up his medical shop, entrepreneur. Do something different as a pharmacist. So produces their products, sell and market the products, no bear overhead expenses like no pay rents, wages, interest and capitals. All this what entrepreneur does. So entrepreneurs are made, they are not born. So only Tatas and Ambanis and Birla cannot be an entrepreneur. You can be also entrepreneur. Again, MBA colleges will support you. I'm very much in favor of doing MBA because my personal experience I would like to share. Very late in my career, I did my MBA. Then I realizes after completing my MBA, my perspective of looking at the things was changed completely. No, it was just initial thought to do MBA was not to get a master degree. But when I realized after passing out my MBA, my complete thought process has been changed. And then my promotions happen very quickly because all that practicality I implemented in my workplace and that has boosted my career. So again, if you want to be a good entrepreneur, prefer an MBA and then start doing the businesses. Again, huge scope. Who can do all these things? D Pharm students, all B Pharma, M Pharm students, Pharm D students, MBA with pharmaceutical health and care management. Now, recently a good thing has happened that now MBA was happening in general subjects, only in finance or operations, HR. But now university and few colleges in the Pune University has started pharma and healthcare management, a specialized MBA course. So suppose I'm a business unit head for MQ Pharmaceutical, and I got 3-4 candidates. One is B Pharm, one is M Pharm, one is MBA who has done in pharma and healthcare management. I will 100% prefer an MBA student who has done in pharma and healthcare management because that is specialized subject. I need a person who wanted to sell molecules. I want a person who wanted to set up marketing plans for pharmaceutical products. So that MBA has been preferred. Of course, PhD in medical sciences and in medical writing is more preferred. But sales marketing is concerned, entrepreneurship is concerned, MBA is preferred. So I think this is the college, Lotus Business School, ranked 3 in Pune University, who has started this full-time course of pharma and healthcare management. So definitely there must be a few more colleges in Pune University who can go for this kind of courses. So I'll recommend these courses for you. So I think from my end, it is done. I really wanted to explore pharmacy field. I think I need 2 days to explain to you full days, but in a limited period of time, I tried to explain those things which are unexplored. You can definitely try. For more details, you can always contact me. So as of now, any questions you have, please ask.
Yes, student, you can post your questions in chat box. Sir, there is one question. Ask Ankita. Okay, she has joined from YouTube channel. So, sir, she is asking if any job opportunity for B Pharm completed students.
Yes, all these jobs, what I is shown you, everywhere B Pharma students can apply. Yes, definitely. All positions, all branches of pharmaceutical field is shown. B Pharm students can apply. But let me tell you, B Pharm, M Pharm, Pharm D, PhD, higher the education. No, education matters. No, suppose a field like clinical research, medical writing, research, teaching profession, education matters. Higher the education, higher the scope. So MBA, definitely plain B Pharm have scope, but if you can go for M Pharm or MBA, more preferable.
If anyone want to
Question, you can add in chat box either in YouTube or either on Zoom.
I think I will stop the screen so that no, I'll be visible. Yeah.
One more
more
question.
question
Are there
are
any part-time jobs for the
for
pharmacy
B
students?
Pharmacy students.
A part-time job, I think, yes. Any chain pharmacy like Wellness, MedPlus, Apollo, you can join as a part-time job, but then the salary will be half. As such, other branches, I think there is no facility available for part-time job.
Okay.
One more question from Gayatri. How many percentile in MBA CET needed to get admission to MBA in
In
PhD?
PhD.
So I would like to answer this question, sir, if you permit.
Yeah, please.
So Gayatri, our consultant will or admission team will get back in contact with you to give you details about this.
But I think again here, higher the mark, better are the chances.
Okay. So there
I think there are no questions from participants. Shall we conclude?
Yes, if there are no questions, I wish you all the best. You can get in touch with me or Lotus Business School, those who are interested in pharma and healthcare management. So thank you then, all of you. Thanks for patient listening.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
So as we conclude this
Conclude
online session,
this,
I would
I
like to
would like
extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone who is in.
all for this session. A special thanks to all my participants, all dear students, for your active engagement and patient listening. Special thanks to our speaker, Abhay sir, for sharing his valuable knowledge and expertise. A special thanks to all B Pharmacy colleges, principals, faculty members, and training and placement officers for this collaboration. Also, I would like to thank LBS team, our executive director, our director, all technical staff for making this session successful. And thank you once again for your active participation. And we look forward for future collaboration. Also, a feedback link is shared in chat box. So all participants do fill the feedback form so that we will share your certificates on the email ID mentioned in your feedback form. So feedback form should be filled immediately. You will get the certificate within 15 days. Thank you so much. Back link is shared in chat box.